Ciao Bella, welcome to Bella Uncinetto. I'm Christina and I'm so glad that you're here with me today. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. No matter how long you've been here, I always appreciate your time. I have a really interesting book that I want to share with you, and I'm kind of jumping ahead a little bit. Um, I had, of course, the other book that I was showing you in 3 parts, and I'm gonna still show that to you. Like, we'll get there. But I thought this would be a really great October book to show you, and I'm so glad that it actually came in October because I saw this on Cinnamon Stitch's channel and I thought, oh my goodness, I have to buy this. And I had only seen, at the time when she was showing it, I only saw the back of the book. And I was like, please turn it around, please turn it around, I want to see it. I need to see what it is. And she turned it around, and I immediately, once I saw the title, I paused the video, went to Amazon, bought the book. Just bought it. I was like, nope, just gonna buy it. I don't care. Nope, I'm done. So I did. I went and purchased it. It's this book, Creepigurumi, 14 Kawaii Amigurumi Creatures to Crochet. And we'll get to the pattern that I saw in a little bit. But this is a Dover with a V, Dover Publications book. Okay. Um, and there's some of these in here that I'm not like super thrilled about, but there's one in particular that I was like, I'm making that doll. Okay. So, just like any other book look, we're just going to go through the book and see what it's about. Um, these are the projects in here. So you can kind of get an idea. And let's see. I haven't really flipped through the book, so I don't really know a ton of what's in here. I saw a little bit on Cinnamon Stitch's channel, but she didn't do like an in-depth thing. She showed it as part of a video that she was doing. And then she went on about the rest of her video, but she didn't do like everything that was in the book, which is okay. That's the only things that I know is from what I saw. There's an abbreviations list. I like this because some people abbreviate things differently, and knowing upfront what it means is helpful. There are some basic stitch tutorial things in here. I'm not going to show you all of those pages, but that's really nice to see that you have that. Yeah, okay. And so then we go into the first one, and she does give the yarns that she used. They were all this one. Let me see. Yeah, so she uses mercerized cotton for all of them, which I love using cotton for amigurumi. It doesn't stretch as much over time, so it doesn't like get too loose, because acrylic can it's plastic basically, and it will, not that cotton won't, it just doesn't do it as quickly. It doesn't get like come apart as easily over time, right? So but it does look like she uses sport weight yarn, and it says that it doesn't give an overall size of the project, but just know, and this goes for any amigurumi, you can do the same pattern in a different size yarn and it'll just make the thing bigger or smaller. So this is done in a sport weight yarn. If you wanted it smaller, you could use a fingering weight yarn. If you wanted it bigger, use a DK, use a worsted, use a bulky, like it, whatever. It's going to look a little different, like especially if you use a bulky yarn. Some of the definition will be lost. But that doesn't, I mean, if that's the look you're going for, va bene, right? It doesn't matter. You can use any size yarn. The pattern will work with any size yarn. It'll just be bigger or smaller depending on the size yarn that you use, right? And she gives all of the like gauges and stuff. All right, so I'm gonna do like this so that I don't show you the pattern. This is the axolotl, and that's just materials and stuff, so that's okay. Okay. I do like, there are lots of pictures in here, and I really like that because sometimes with the amigurumi, they'll give you the pattern, but they don't show you the parts. And I'm like, okay, but does this look right? Is this how it's supposed to look? Because even though I've been crocheting for a really long time, if I'm trying to make something according to the pattern, I want it to look as close as possible, right? But if you don't get pictures, you can't see what it's supposed to look like. This is the creepy rabbit. This reminds me of a video game. What's it, like Five Nights at Freddy's or something that some of my students used to play. I want to say there were bunnies in there, or maybe it was a different one. But I mean, you could do it without the X's and the stitches and just put regular amigurumi eyes in it, and it'd be a cute bunny. It's the stitches and all of the embellishments that make it creepy, which is, it's still cool. But I'm just saying you could do the same thing and just put regular amigurumi eyes in it and not put the stitches, and it'd be a cute bunny. This one's cute. I like this. This is a spider donut. It's got the little sprinkles and all of that stuff. And I love the way the eyes look. They do look like felt. They do look like felt. But, I mean, however you wanted to do it. Ooh. Okay. And then you have a sinister scorpion. Growing up in Arkansas, I saw a lot of scorpions, especially in the summertime. One of the things that we always had to do was make sure that the stopper in the bathtub, like make sure it was closed. And we even had a little stopper that we would put in our faucet, both in the sink and in the tub, because they would crawl out from there too sometimes. And you know, I mean, once they're in the house, I've never been stung by one, knock on wood, right? But I've seen them when people would forget to put the stoppers in, and ooh, they're creepy. They are creepy. Yeah. This one is the green devil bear. It's a green devil bear. And again, if you just took out the embellishments and put in cutesy things, it would be a cute bear, right? So you could modify the pattern however you would like. This one is really cute. This is one of the ones that I saw on Cinnamon Stitches. It's the morbid marshmallows. Hold on, I'm trying not to show you the pattern, but I want to show you all three marshmallows. So how am I gonna turn it? There we go. So I really like that. I don't like s'mores. Like, I don't really like marshmallows, like, as, like, to eat. I like them in, like, Rice Krispie treats and things like that. But just, like, if you melt them and then the chocolate and then I don't want any of that. But I think they're very cute, especially the bottom one, how it already looks melted. I just think it looks neat. So that's one that I might make. And then this is the one, you all. This is the one. This is La La Catrina. La Catrina. Look at her. When I saw this, I was automatically, hold on, I don't want to show you the pattern. Try this again. When I saw this, I immediately thought Frida Kahlo. And I know it's not Frida Kahlo, like I know that, but it like her dress immediately made me think of that. And then the hair, and then my daughter loves all things Sugar Skull. When she was little, she wanted a Sugar Skull and Ghost birthday party. And her birthday is not in October. It's not in October, friends. So, she told me, but she was very clear, like, she told me in like September that that's what she wanted. So I was able to get some things during Halloween, but still, she really loves those. Now, she's getting to the point now where um, she doesn't really want crochet like toys. So if I made this, I would make it for myself. But I want to make it. I do. I really do want to make it. So we'll see. And then this one is a snow ghost, which I think is really cute. Because it kind of just looks like a snowman, but then you've got the little tail sticking out over there. So it's a little ghosty. That's so cute. And of course, you could customize the colors to be any colors that you like. And then here's this is a creepy bear. It's a little bit different pattern than the devil bear, but it's a creepy bear. Right? And then this one, this is the Grim Reaper. This makes me think of the show my son used to watch all the time. Billy and Mandy were two characters, and then the Grim Reaper was another character in the show. And he kind of looks like that with the big eyes. And then this one, this one makes me think about Valentine's Day. It does not make me think about Halloween, but this is a red devil bear. I think it's the heart that makes me think about Halloween, but it's a red devil bear. And again, I really, really love all these pictures and all these pieces in here that show you how everything should look, how everything should be placed. Because especially for someone who is a beginner crocheter, especially new to amigurumi, that is super important. This one is the Octo Bunny. I like this one. Octo Bunny. And then this is Vampire Girl. And my daughter used to love the show Vampirina. She watched it all the time. She was Vampirina for Halloween one year. And I know they can't say Vampirina because like that's a copyrighted thing, but it makes me think of Vampirina. And then these are super cute too. This might be another one. I don't know. There are a couple in here that I'm like, which one, which one, which one? These are ghost kitties. Look at that. They almost remind me of like a mer kitty. You know, you've seen some of those patterns. They don't have a mermaid tail, but they kind of remind me of mer kitties a little bit. But they're so cute. And I think that's the end. I think that's the last one. It is. Yep, that's the last one. So that is Creepigurumi. I got it in time for Halloween. I'm so excited. I'm not going to make anything out of this book right now as much as I want to. But I am going to just hold on to it. And I mean, it doesn't have to be made for Halloween. I'm just glad that I got to show it to you before Halloween. And I am excited to dive in, but I have so many things that I'm already working on. So I'm not going to get started, but I am excited to have this book in my library, and hopefully I'll come back and do a label my library with you all at some point. I think if there's anything else I need to share with you about this book. Nope, I think that's it. So until I see you again, be well, be safe, and be the change you wish to see in the world, everyone. Ciao bella!